This is my work from home setup. Okay, hold on. My desk didn't always start out like this. So I'm a software engineer by trade, and what started as a temporary working from home setup, which you saw earlier, I thought it was time to make a more inviting, dedicated workspace. So let's take a tour of the setup and a few additions that made it more functional. Alright, so let's start off with the desk. The desk I'm using is an IKEA desk, which comes in with built-in cable management. I actually picked up this a while ago, so long ago that IKEA don't actually manufacture this model anymore. So over to the keyboard. I started my journey into mechanical keyboards, and this is my first. It's the Razer Blackwidow Lite, and as you can see, it's a 10 keyless keyboard. Occasionally I switch over to the Keychron K3. What I like both about these keyboards are that they are compact, and it gives me a little more room for my notebook on my side, and the mouse isn't too far from reach. I've talked about both these keyboards in my other videos, so feel free to check them out. And that brings us over to the mouse. What I have here is the Logitech MX vertical mouse. As you can probably tell, it's vertical and ergonomic in shape. It's wireless with a built-in rechargeable battery, and having used it for over 2 months now, I find it really comfortable. Now over to my laptop. It's a Surface Pro 7, and yes, I'm indeed a Windows user. But hang on, I'm a Mac user as well, as I edit all my videos in Final Cut Pro. Short side note here. The main reason I use Windows was because my software development career started in Windows frameworks. And if there's any developers or engineers out there, that's C# and .NET. And now that you can use these frameworks on Mac and Linux, which is great, there is no longer that restriction on Windows. So let's get back to the video. So back to the laptop. This particular Surface Pro is the 7th version. It's the i7 quad-core, 16 gigs of RAM, 512 gigs of SSD. Plenty of juice for software development. It's what I use for work, and it's very performant for my development needs, and it's really portable for those days I need to go into the office. Now you may have noticed it's mounted on this metal backplate, which is part of this stand that I purchased on Amazon for around £35. That's around $50 US. It's also holding my monitor, which I'll go over next. For the monitor, it's a pretty old one actually that I picked up in 2015, and it's running pretty well. It's a 20H 4K Samsung monitor. It's a matte finish screen, which I'm grateful for as it helps reduce glare. There's plenty of screen real estate, so much that I can have split windows applications side by side, and I use the Surface Pro monitor as a secondary display where I may have my Spotify playlist running or when I have video calls. So the monitor arm I picked up on Amazon, which is holding both my monitor and laptop, is pretty decent quality. It's metallic and you get what you pay for. It doesn't have the fancy gas operated adjustments that you might find on other monitor arms, but it does support 2 monitors on this single vertical arm. And as you probably noticed, it comes with this additional metal backplate, which measures approximately 35 centimeters by 30. In inches, that's 14 inches by 11.5. The backplate is actually designed to rest your laptop. I managed to rest the Surface Pro 7 vertically as it has a small lip at the bottom. Otherwise I could attach the keyboard like this as well. But as you can see, it supports my 15-inch MacBook Pro rather nicely. Now going back to the laptop, you'll see that there's just a single cable attached to the Surface Pro. This little cable is a USB C, which is connected via an extension to the Anker USB C Hub. The beauty of this is that I can connect a USB C power delivery into the Anker hub, and as the hub supports up to 100 watts, the Surface Pro only requires 65, I can power my Surface Pro with this single cable. The hub also allows me to connect my Samsung monitor via HDMI, so I have this nice little setup where I can have a single USB-C connecting the laptop and the monitor and power it. When I need to take the Surface Pro, all I need to do is disconnect the USB-C cable and away I go. Now onto the speakers. You may recognize these, you may not, but these are the Bowers & Wilkins MM1 computer desktop speakers. They don't make these anymore. They were launched around 2009 and 2010 and designed specifically for the computer. It also comes with this Pebble remote, which you can control the volume, mute, and even skip tracks. I'm a little amazed that this is a 10-year-old speaker and it doesn't look too shabby, and they still pack a big punch in sound. Now onto the chair. Having used a dining chair for way too long and a simple backrest, I decided to invest in a more comfortable chair. And this is where I came across the Steelcase Think chair. The one I have is secondhand, refurbished, and when I got it, it seemed like brand new. I discovered in the UK there are websites which sell refurbished office furniture and chairs, and this is how I picked this one up. It has adjustable armrests, the backrest can be locked in position with some flex, and its height is adjustable as well. Nothing fancy here with the desk lamp. When the days go dark, I usually turn this on to give my desk a bit more light. I like the design as it's simple, and it kind of matches with the rest of the setup as it's black. And the desk mat that I have here is a simple felt desk mat, which I picked up on Etsy. The quality is about average, as I noticed it started to bubble in certain areas just after a few months of use. I'll probably look into replacing it at some point. If you have any recommendations, let me know in the comments below. Other miscellaneous items I have here are my Muji notebooks, which I use for taking notes during work. I also have Muji pens and a spare set of Apple headphones lying around for those times I have to make a video call. I also have this OXO cleaning brush and swipe cleaner. It has this clever retractable brush, you can clean your keyboard, and you can use the other side just to clean your monitor. So that wraps up the tour of my working from home setup. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe and I'll catch you next time around.